Another February means another season of Precure has officially started. This year's season is Star Detective Precure, and I think a lot of people, including myself, were really looking forward to the season because it just seems so unique from any other Precure season we've ever gotten. I love You and Idol, don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of people, including myself, felt like it was more on the generic side. I mean, it wasn't bad. I love You and Idol, and I love all the cures in You and Idol, but I did feel like it was a little generic. So Star Detective being so unique is definitely like a good thing. I was excited, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the show. But episode 1 debuted last night, and I watched it this morning, so I want to talk about it. Hi, I'm Kieran Vader Zika. I like talking about anime, cartoons, or whatever I'm into at the moment. And today, I'm going to be talking about my first impressions on Star Detective Precure. So the episode starts out in January in the winter of 2007, which is important for later, so keep that in mind. One thing I thought that was kind of like weird since the beginning is the fact that the show takes place in 2007, because like it's 2026, and I think they would have known that in advance. I wonder if they want her to get back in 2027, because, like, obviously she's going to return to her own time at the end of the show, but I don't know, I just thought it was weird. Anyway, it's the winter time, and Anna, I don't know if it's Anna or Anna, I always get confused. I don't know, I don't know. I'm just going to say Anna, because that sounds more Japanese to me, but Anna is out with who I assume is her mother. And guys, I have a theory. I have a theory on who her mother is. This was a theory a lot of people had, like, as soon as the show started. Everyone kind of assumed that Mikuru would be Anna's mom, but we didn't think it'd be confirmed in, like, literally episode 1. So that's kind of funny. And, like, what I would think that Anna would assume, like, she would recognize her mom and be like, you kind of look like a younger version of my mom. Like, they literally have the same hair color. And who else has special hair besides the Cures and Pretty Cure? Like, guys, we could use it. You're a detective. How could you not figure this out? Anna is walking with her mom, and she sees this girl who had lost her ribbon in the bushes. Anna very quickly finds the ribbon, and she uses her detective skills, and I thought it was a good demonstration of, like, she's a detective, she can figure things out, and it was just very good. Anyway, it's Anna's birthday, and she sees a pendant on her desk, like, went home, and she assumes that it is hers, like it's her birthday present. But then we see her mom be like, I got you an iPhone, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I think she assumes she's referring to the iPhone, but then, like, us as the audience are like, oh, wait a minute, that thing isn't an iPhone. Anyway, then Pochi, the mascot of the season, the main mascot, kind of comes out of nowhere, and they all of a sudden time travel back to 1999. But Anna doesn't really realize this until, like, the end of the episode. Anyway, they travel back to 1999, and we see Mikuru wanting to become a star detective in front of something called, like, the Kyoto Detective Agency, and she meets up, and Anna, like, lands right on her with Pochi. Pochi became really big. I thought it was pretty funny. And then, Mikuru is like, oh, I'm gonna figure out where you came from because of your shoes. But then she isn't wearing any shoes. So they gotta go to the shoe store and buy some shoes. And then, like, Pochi, like, spawns a strap, which literally, that is the weirdest power-up ever. Say you want us to buy your toys without saying buy our toys, seriously. Like, that's a weird power-up, please. Someone please agree with me that that is a weird power-up. So then they run into, like, this wedding hall. I think Pochi led them there on purpose, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, Pochi knew that, like, the villain would be there. They go to this wedding hall and they meet this bride who her tiara is missing because I don't know, she just assumed it disappeared. And then they bring in culprits and who they think did it. At first I thought the lesson was going to be like, oh, accidents happen, there's not always a culprit. Not at all what happened though. What actually happened was, like, they try to go through all the culprits and figure out who it is, but then they can't do it, and Mikuru gets really sad and depressed about it. She also thinks this whole thing is, like, a trial, because she thinks, like, everything around her is a trial. She doesn't really know what the test is. She doesn't exactly know how to become a Star Detective, so she's just kind of, like, assuming this is, like, a Star Detective test. Mikuru is, like, all sad and stuff, and then Anna comes over and, like, cheers her up, but then they, like, Mikuru's ribbon falls out, and just like at the beginning of the episode, Anna goes to look for it, but then doing this helps them figure out where the tiara is. They figure out that one of the culprits, this one with the red hair, who, by the way, as soon as I saw this redhead, I was like, oh, she's the culprit. It's just something about those dead eyes. Anyway, so yes, the redhead girl was the culprit, but it wasn't really the redhead girl. They mentioned earlier in the episode that the redhead girl is always late, but she isn't late this time, and when she does come into the wedding later into the episode, she is late, which I think was a really smart writing choice, but the redhead girl actually turns into... Oh my god, it's you again. I swear to god, Nar Sisteru started, like, the whole category of, like, these heel-haired villains who are really smirky and are probably, like, super attractive to a lot of people. Dude, I cannot express to you how obsessed the fandom was with Nar Sisteru when Delicious Party was airing. It was an issue. Oh my god. Also, I like the idea of the villains causing trouble outside of the Monster of the Week. I think that's, like, more interesting. I know we just do the Monster of the Week stuff nearly every season. It's not like I want them to stop because the few seasons they didn't do Monster of the Week, some people said it was, like, boring. But, like, I like the fact that they're, like, messing with them outside of Monster of the Week, which I think is really interesting. I hope they continue to do that in future episodes. Anyway, he does end up summoning a Monster of the Week, and there's, like, a gold hidden in the tiara because it, like, brought joy or something like that. And then they do the whole thing they do in every first episode of Precure, where they give their I want to protect someone speech, and they start their transforming sequence. This is the first time since, I think, Mahoskite. I'm not counting the Mahoskite spinoff series, but since the original Mahoskite, since duos, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, where the duos transform together, and I really, really like when the duos transform together. I think it's just really cool and unique and special. It shows Precure's bond on a different level. I just think it's really, really cool. So I'm so glad they were able to do that. I love the transformance item. It's a clock, and it literally seems like so much fun to just, like, move that dial. It was really, I feel like using the time, like, 12, 3, 9, and 6. I forgot an entire number. Oh my god. But I like how they use, like, those points on the clock. I thought that was pretty smart. And the transformance sequence is absolutely beautiful, as always. I don't know if I think it's better than I like when they use the darker backgrounds on the transformances. It's not like the lighter backgrounds are bad, I just like when they use the darker ones better. But the transformance sequence was still beautiful. I still thought it was a lot of fun. I kind of like how you can see their dynamic of just going back and forth. Like, it's more like a fun, nonchalant transformance. Like, they're just having fun with each other while they're transforming. Then they fight, and was I the only one who felt like the fight scene was really quick? Like, maybe they just want to focus on the characters more this episode, but I thought, like, the fight scenes were really, really short. It disappointed me. And the fight scenes are now my biggest concern of the season. Last year, during You and Idol Precure, my biggest, like, gripe of the show was the fight scenes. I don't know if I'm the only one who feels this way, but I always felt like the fight scenes were super duper short, which kind of bothered me. Like, they would fight for just a little bit, and then they would go into their song. And it's like, I like the songs, but, like, I wanted, like, more fight. But in this fight was honestly just, I was cool at first, but then they, like, finished it off so quickly with their attack. And it wasn't even, like, a cool attack or anything. Like, usually when there's an attack in the first episode, there's, like, a background and stuff, and then there just kind of wasn't. Like, it was a very underwhelming defeat to me. So I hope the fight scenes do get better, because, like, oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention this, but Mikuru, you know how I said she wanted to be a Star Detective? Well, I thought she meant, like, she just wanted to be part of this detective agency called Star Detective, and then they would end up naming their team after it, like, it'd be Star Detective Precure, like, they named themselves after the detective agency. No, Mikuru wanted to be a Precure. She knew about Precure, and she wanted to be one. That blew me away. Am I the only one who's like, I I audibly gasped. I was shocked. Am I the only one who was like shocked at that? Not a lot of people like in the Precure universe necessarily know what the Precures are, at least in the past. So the fact that Mikaru actively like knew what a Precure was and wanted to be one shocked me. I was shocked. I was shocked. I say the word shocked a lot, don't I? Shock. Anyway, they were able to see the wedding ceremony. The redhead girl who's always late was indeed late, but she did arrive, so that's good. And Anna gets the realization that, oh my god, I have traveled like 28 years into the past, I think. And then the episode just kind of ends. I forgot to talk about the theme song. The theme song was really good. When I listened to the preview when it came out and I wasn't that impressed. I don't know, as soon as I heard it in the show, I was like, oh, this is gonna be my anthem. And the ending was very good too. Now, last year, Trio Dreams might be one of my favorite Precure endings of all time, if not my absolute favorite. I remember listening to that for the first time while watching this episode. My friend was over. I had a friend sleeping over, and I forced her to watch the first episode of You and Idol Precure with me. And dude, you can ask her. I was like, oh my god, I was like having an epiphany listening to Trio Dreams. I love that song, and I was so happy they brought it back in one of the new episodes because it's literally the best song ever. So I was wondering, is it going to be able to beat Trio Dreams? Unfortunately, I set myself up for too much expectation. It was a good song, not my favorite though. Usually the first endings are better than the second endings in my opinion. So I don't know. I mean, I liked it, it just wasn't my favorite. I also thought there were some like weird things with the like actual music video itself too. Like overall, it was very good. Like there's this part where Cure Arcane Shadow just walks away. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Cure Arcane Shadow was not in this episode, which I was so disappointed. I want to see her so bad. You have no idea. She literally seems like the coolest character ever, and I need her to exist. I need to know what she is. And it doesn't look like she's gonna be in the next episode either. I'm going to sob myself to sleep tonight. We might have to wait until 3. We have to wait until maybe episode 3 to see Arcane Shadow. But that's my first impression. But yeah, I love Precure. I'm excited for this season. Hopefully the fight scenes get better. But overall, I love detectives. I even have a detective OC. And it's just, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Thank you for watching.